Firstly, we would like to know what AEQUS does in their everyday.
We are an organization dedicated to helping people that have some mental health diagnosis, like schizophrenia, anxiety, depression, and we have even recently opened up to people with OCD. What is it that we do? People that have one of these diagnoses tend to isolate themselves from society, to not be understood by their families, and to leave their studies or their jobs, or many times they jump from one job to the other without having normal cycles.
Andan brincando de trabajo en trabajo, ¿verdad? Sin tener un ciclo como el cualquiera de nosotros podemos tener.
So, what we do is, people with this diagnosis come to us. We interview them to make sure that they are medically stable, a requirement for the program to work. We make sure that they are taking their medicine and seeing a doctor, a psychiatrist to regulate their intake. Once they are medically stable, qualify as having one of the disorders that we work with and show no signs of organic damage or are affected by drug use. Sometimes that impacts on the brain and is out of our control. So, after they are medically stable, we perform an interview with their family to capture all their general information, and finally, they become part of our group of people benefited by our program. What's done here? They begin to have a schedule and a structure. Here we are with them from 9 to 1:30 p.m. It is like a school for them. Because our ultimate goal is to help them incorporate into the labor field or to get them to continue with their studies. In order for them to keep this step, they must first acquire a time structure. So this is basically what we do.
And what are the activities they do for psychosocial rehab?
We work on 4 pillars: psychoeducation, so that they learn what their disease is; neuropsychological rehabilitation, which we do through 2 different ways: a group class and a second way, which I call Gladiator, which is an online system where we evaluate each person and, according to their cognitive abilities, we assign them their activities. So we are able to see their improvement in the complexity of the activities they perform, and this leads to our rehabilitation. We also work with them and their families at the same time. We call this individual and family therapy, that without taking away the job of the other professionals involved, we give them support and share useful tools to guide them through the process so that they can move forward. Also, something very important, and another one of our 4 pillars, are the social abilities. This part where we talk about certain topics, look each other in the eye, etc. So this is very important because this is the base for all the other activities.
What are some of the challenges that you face as an association?
To reach more people, to break the stigma, which is something very important to us, since at a global level the stigma is very strong. This can be seen in the impact of our program. At the time of asking for help, we often get shut down because many do not want to support mental health issues. So we need to break the stigma so that we can get the world to see them as people and not just mentally ill.
Okay, and what do you do for breaking the stigma?
We do activities. We have our Facebook page where we try to spread the word. We have activities done with our voice. We also do some trainings and have even done some talks in some companies and government agencies to try to end some of the myths that exist and to break the stigma to help us perform better.
And what has been your impact, or what results have you obtained?
The truth is that we are pioneers in this. This program is new in Mexico. Our president, Dr. Federico Ramos, brought the idea of this new program from Spain to Mexico since he saw this strong need to implement it here. To this day, since we began in 2010, we have helped rehabilitate more than 200 people and their families, which have also been impacted, and given them a lot of important tools. We have impacted more than 100 students that have served here, both undergraduates and postgraduates, training them in this program to care for people with some mental health diagnosis. And regarding our finances, we have improved our numbers, and we are now very close to being able to replicate the program, something that we are working on right now.
What has been your most successful case?
There are so many. For example, there is a woman who came with a diagnosis for depression with suicidal attempt. Her doctor sent her in with us to continue with her treatment because the medicine could not give her the psychological aspect that we offer. Medicine cannot do that. So she was medically stable, she comes with us, she refused to participate. She was like, I don't belong here, I don't understand what I'm doing with these activities, so refused to work and was boycotting the other participants. At the moment when she rapidly noticed that this was a benefit for her in the health and everyday activities, she starts to be a part of the community support. She is able to recover after 3 years, because it's a very long process. She recovers, and we can say that she has recovered. Now she's working. She worked in a school. She likes to cook, so we found a job for her where she cooked for the others. So she was very happy. Her contract ended, but now she's self-employed. She does a lot of handcrafts and she's doing very well. She's very happy, very, very happy.
And how do you follow up on people that leave AEQUS?
We are constantly in contact with their families and with themselves. They will always have the door open. When they are ready to leave, they don't want to. Why? Because they are in a safe place where they are accepted. For example, you are Rosa, you are Carlos, you are Lucy. You're not the one with depression and try to commit suicide. You're not the one with schizophrenia. No, we remove that label. For us, they are people, so they feel accepted with their diagnosis.
Nosotros somos AEQUS. Súmate con nosotros y ayúdanos a dignificar a las personas que tienen algún diagnóstico de salud mental. Gracias.